continue on from the brainstream, we're going to talk specifically about WWDC concepts, and these are my notes. I'm going to pause the last brainstream's like kind of thoughts on like the overarching thoughts. I know I didn't fully complete it because we went into a bit of a side thing, but I'm sure it's going to come back up. So therefore, instead of just rehashing it, we're going to go into this. The one thing is, like, there's a few of these tweaks where you're trying to like record your screen and also have presenter overlay. So the first thing is with Apple, why I like this presenter overlay as well. Why do you need a call? Like, you should have screen recording to be able to just have presenter overlay. You shouldn't have to start a FaceTime call for it. And number two is, give me like a timer or something so I know how long I've been speaking, so I don't have to open up another timer, especially if you're using your phone as your camera. And number three is like meeting notes and stuff like that. Would be really cool without showing it. Anyways, okay, so let's jump into WWDC. Thank you very much. Probably because I'm on FaceTime. Really, every time I'm gonna speak to, okay, we're not gonna click on that. Okay, that's enough of going through it. So liquid glass, obviously the first big thing, like we spoke before. There are accessibility issues. I like it, not because I don't see it as just a visual thing. I agree with a lot of people that say that Apple's using it for moving to this world of physicality. This idea when the UI is coming out into the real world and this physics is not just to be pretty and just to be gimmicky. They're definitely looking, this is great. Like, I mean, keep having FaceTime presenter connected with video calls that come off to the side. Anyways, so yeah, I don't think it's that. I think some things are a gimmick. Like, some things I don't need to see that things are wrapping around. I like that kind of idea, but sometimes it's just, A, it looks gimmicky on my side, but B, accessibility, I can understand that, but I would like to see how it evolves. There also, the interesting thing is with glass, there are different styles. So like the way that they're showing, a lot of what they used was like clearish glass, with the refractability, with the refractions. But then you have very frosted glass. So like you have over here, the visual intelligence in the screenshots, which actually is one thing that I don't really want to get behind. I don't like the idea of having to take screenshots. That's a shitload of screenshots. You should have it on the screen. I should be able to annotate it, talk about it, tap it, circle it. But then you can ask the question of like, how do I, that might mess up the actual, proper controlling of it. Like, if you're supposed to tap and supposed to swipe anyways, the way you normally use it, how do you explain it? And a screenshot makes it static. Okay, that is definitely something. Listen, these people have thought about it for a long time. Some of these concepts I'm just thinking for the first time because I don't really work in the 2D space. I'm just commenting on it because it's Apple and big fan, but use their products a lot. So you have a lot of different types. You have frosted. I really like matte black, like the dark mode frosted, things like that. Frosting is going to be happening a lot with accessibility. So all those issues like you can't read, they're definitely going to start doing. They're going to use that a lot. There's also different refractability scores or numbers based on the actual, like let's say in the real world, glass, I believe, has a refractability number of about 1.5. Diamond is about like 2.4. Like the thicker the item get, the refractivity kind of, the numbers change. Water is a lot less than glass itself. So they, I think, are using glass a lot, but they probably would use water or diamond, things like that to play around with. And it's actually interesting when we talk about this idea of liquid glass. I actually really liked material design, Google's material design at the very, very beginning. I also really like their expressive one recently, and that's a conversation for another thing, but that's a lot got to do with Layer OS and the idea. Anyways, that's definitely a conversation we're going to keep going. But when I'm talking about material design, I don't say, I'm not talking about like the flat kind of way that they expressed it in the beginning. I'm talking about like that video where they first try to explain it with like paper. And kind of like origami and shapes and shadows and how you have hierarchies and things like that. And it looks really, really, really cool, the ads. Just like glass looks really cool in concept videos and things like that. But I could definitely see a time where as they really perfect this glass kind of concept, and they have like different maybe refractabilities for different accessibilities, different reading, things like that, and they really play around with lights and shadows and this idea of physicality. I wouldn't be shocked if they came out with like a paper type of like theme to your operating system. Anyways, I think that this is a lot more than just the operating system. I think it's a lot more than just visual. There's a lot of things in iOS that I really liked. So obviously, liquid glass that is very interesting. Some things are a gimmick. Hold and screen, I think we can all agree, are things that we would love to use. I'm hearing from all the Android people that this is something we've had before. I'm just happy that it's going to come to iPhone. Love that idea. The idea of giving your name and reason, I would love to hear from you guys if that is in with Android. But that idea of like call screening, screen unknown calls and messages. So some of these things are notes I've written. Some of them I'm going to get from this board. Definitely very interesting. I like it. Translation, live translation. Is there something over here? So hold assist and screening you've got here. Live translation, they're doing a lot. Obviously, I would love to see Hebrew come in. That would be very helpful. And bringing it everywhere is very helpful. I did this on my image. I've got another 3 minutes left on this video, so we're not going to get through so much, but I will, before the next one, I will get my kind of image that I made for iOS 18 for last year. FaceTime live translations was one of the big ones. I'll just comment on this one. Background and messages, don't really care so much. Maybe if they do something from there. I think for me, they try to catch up a lot of things with in messages. And it's like, I'd love to see a way of like actually maybe bringing WhatsApp or all other things together in one panel and dealing with people rather than trying to bring everyone to your, I mean, for me, my family, we use WhatsApp. So like, it's going to be a very hard time taking us away, but like bringing polls in them, like these are things that WhatsApp has had before. Not so excited about that. This new design, we spoke about it a bit, but over here in the dashboard, it looks kind of like the back, the sidebar, the dock has always had this kind of like frosted look. Obviously, this is very much going into liquid glass, but yeah, mix emoji. Yeah, I don't know. With this whole not saying AI, like I have thoughts on it, and we don't have enough time in this brainstream. But come on, this is the best you can do. Like when other people are literally making video generators, and your image generator, not just mix emoji, but your image generator, like your playground, it's still these like cartoon things. I think the most I've done it is play around with like my nieces and nephews and making like cute images of what they look like in a cartoon. But I want to properly see image generation coming into Playground, into generation, like into their foundation models that they're actually useful. I'm sorry, this is like for chatting with friends. Like this is a teenage thing. Like this is for social media, chatting with friends. It doesn't get me excited, sorry. Adaptive lock screen, definitely keen to play around with this. I like the fact that it's using the sky, great. I haven't had so much luck or fun with mine. Also, I noticed that a lot of these don't have widgets. I use widgets. As soon as widgets come, the whole portrait thing goes away. So I'd like to see maybe something that I can retain my widgets or bring my widgets into the concept. Like if you have a sky, allow me to have my time widgets kind of in the sky for other countries I'm looking at. That's the thing. Weather, like, anyways, you lose a lot of the portrait stuff in those. Yeah, we talked about the screenshots. Obviously, visual intelligence, both from the camera and the screenshots, are going to be big. I want to play around with them. But that's going to be a lot of screenshots if it doesn't automatically delete it. Unless, I would hope that the default is that it automatically deletes unless you ask for it. Because to take a screenshot just to write down this thing, she'll be able to just copy text. Anyways, I'm getting the alert that it's coming up to 10 minutes and I can't see my timer anymore. So I'm going to take that as gospel. And I will continue iOS in the next one. I'll see you guys in the future.